I'm a huge fan of waiting list before you launch anything. But now I got the question, how do you set up a waiting list? Let me show you how I do that in System.io. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rianna. I help small business owners just like you to set up easy systems so that you can save time, attract more clients, and grow with ease. If this is something you're interested in learning more about, hit subscribe so you're not missing out on any upcoming tutorials. All right, let's dive into the waiting list. Ta-da! Here is a waiting list, something that I've been using recently for my upcoming mastermind, and it helps build excitement, collects leads before you're ready to sell, and it gives you a warm audience to launch to once you're ready to launch, right? So instead of scrambling customers after you launch, you'll have people already wanting to buy. Now, how do you do that? Very simple. You go and create a squeeze page on System.io. And it's like this, a squeeze page. And then you can choose from any of the templates that they have and you can adapt it the way you want it. Now I'm going to show you mine. So as you can see here, this is the page that I've created where I now can collect names and email addresses. And there's something that I wanted to know for my mastermind because that is a specific requirement. So what you can do is just duplicate this one and then change to the field you want to. And then, of course, let me remove this one. Once that is done, you want to click on save. And so then this page is ready. Now, obviously, after that, where do you want them to redirect to? And that is a thank you page. So again, you click on add step, you create a thank you page, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. For me, that is this one. Very simple. Yay, you're on the list. Obviously excited for you if you have any questions. Now, what I highly recommend you to do is to add another call to action so people are not waiting. We never want to stop the process or the journey that they're on. So you could redirect them to your Instagram account. You can redirect them to a sales page, to something else that might be relevant to the person who is opting in. I would highly recommend that. Now, this is a mastermind that is only for specific people in my community. So this is hidden. This is not going to be publicly announced. This is when people go through a course. So for me, this is not relevant, but I would highly recommend always on the thank you page to add another call to action. Now, you want to make sure that all of this goes smooth. So we're going to go back to the waiting list and we want to make sure that once people click on the button, it says always submit form. You don't want to go by accident do next step because then you're not going to get the information that has been given here. So make sure that it says on submit form and then to the next step. Now the next step, what does that mean? Is exactly here what you've set up in the System.io funnel. If this happens, then it goes to the next step and that is this one. Now, if you're launching a course in like 4 weeks, I would highly encourage to first drive traffic to your waiting list. And what I actually always do, I never create a course until I have a solid waiting list. So if I thinking about creating a newborn sleep course, for example, for my community, and I would launch a waiting list and say, hey, there's a newborn sleep course coming up. If you're interested and want to stay up to date, then leave your name and email address here. And until I have a solid list of, to me, normally it's like 100 to 150 people. I know the conversion rate on general on average is like 2%. Mine is a bit higher, so that's only better. But if it's 2%, imagine the amount of sales you're going to make with 100 people on the waiting list. Not that many. So this is why for me it's very important to know, like, are people actually interested in it? Would they buy something? Do they want to have more information about it? And only then, once the waiting list has reached a certain amount of participants, that's when I start creating the course and then put out that in 1 week it's going to be launched or whatever the process it is. So when you're launching as well, don't only wait on the waiting list, set up an email campaign. I have another video about that. You can find it at the end of the screen or below this video. And set up a campaign so you get them warmed up for this launch and for this course or product coming up. Now, one more thing you will always want to make sure of as well, create a tag that says your name of the product, waiting list. So it's very easy for you later to send a newsletter and say like, hey, this week is the launch of, and you can only tag the people who actually opted in. So you can make a different email. What I usually do for the people on the waiting list, I give them a discount or they get an extra gift. So I don't want everybody to receive that email, only the people who actually opted in before the course was even created. And that's how you set up a waiting list. If that was helpful, please give a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And watch the next video. So there is so many cool things about System.io that I still want to share with you. And I hope to see you in the next one.